everyone. Thank you for coming. My name is Kathleen Dumbo. I am the president of the Special Needs Family with BOE Council, and thank you all for coming this evening. And thank you to our candidates. I'll introduce them, and then I'll have each one tell us a little bit about themselves, and then we'll get to our questions. So we have Karen Wachowski, who is incumbent on the Board of Ed, and then we have Tanya Williams, who's also running. So let's start with Karen. Why don't you give us a little background on yourself before we go into questions?
Thank you, Kathleen. Well, as many of you know, I am a board member currently. I'm looking to run for my third term. I started out in being elected in April of 2009. My first term was extended when they changed the voting regulations from April back now to November, so we had extra 9 months or so, and then I was elected for the second term in 2011, and now I'm looking for my third term now. Thank you.
Tanya?
Hi, thank you, Kathleen. My name is Tanya Williams, and I'm new. I have lived in Scotch Plains, I think, for the last 30 years. I'm actually a graduate of Scotch Plains High School. I won't say the year. Thank you. And I'm also a local realtor in town. I have 3 children. Tony, who graduated from the high school in 2013. Jason, who's currently at Park Middle School, he's in 8th grade. And my little one, Aiden, who's currently at School 1, at 6 years old. So I'm excited to be here.
Okay. So the way we're going to run it, we're going to be very, and then Betty Ann Warner, who is the third person running, and she is here this evening. So the way we'll run this is very informal. We'll just ask questions, and Karen will start with you, and then we'll go to Tanya, and then we'll have questions for anybody who wants to ask questions at some point at the end. All right. So the first question we'll start off with is, Karen, is a strategic plan. The goals that were set to be accomplished by 2017. Are we on course to achieve them?
Yes, I believe that we are on course. We've done a lot in the district. It's starting out with the goal of technology. Chromebooks have been added to several of the grades. In fact, the Board of Ed were issued Chromebooks so that we can have immediate access to our new Gmail accounts since the district converted over to Gmail. The bandwidth was enlarged to serve the needs of the district, especially with the FARC testing, etc. So a lot more technology is being incorporated, not just as a tool, but as part of the educational process in all courses in all areas, writing labs, etc. So I do think we're moving forward in that area. As far as our facilities, our business administrator yearly goes through the school district. They have a list. They see what's needed, what has urgent concerns in the district, things like new windows, security system, doors, locks, 8-track systems, waterproofing the front of Park Middle School in particular, looking at blacktop and parking lots and areas that need to be improved. That's all taken care of annually. I think we have good upkeep. I mean, look at this room. Our in-house staff had updated our U-shaped desk, put the little logo on there and updated it because these have been here forever. So we make good use of the supplies that we have and the techniques and the skills of the workers that are employed by the district. So we are maintaining our facilities well. For early childhood incentives, we did an assessment for the full-day kindergarten, and we're still, working those technicalities out, but we do have plans in the work for possibly enlarging classrooms here at Evergreen Building in order to accommodate full-day kindergarten if that comes to fruition or when it comes to fruition. There has been other teaching strategies goal that was piloted by teachers at Brunner and Evergreen. So we're improving the way education is given to the students and making it as exciting and fun for both the students as well as the teachers. There's improved authentic learning experiences. That was another of the goals. And lesson group studies were performed in grades 3 through 5. And teachers watched how other teachers taught lessons so that they can see ways of improving their skills. And then those people who participated in this study can now educate other teachers at their schools to increase the amount of teachers who are teaching better. And it has been embraced by those across the district, and more teachers would like to get involved with that. Exploring partnerships with colleges, businesses, or the government was another goal in our strategic plan. And our students have, through science, visited some medical laboratories here in New Jersey, and attended virtual field trips. So not just, go on the little yellow school bus on a trip. They've gone places around the world with their foreign language studies in order to participate with students in classrooms around the world. I think we are moving in the right direction, and we've done plenty on that strategic plan already. Thank you.
And this is in addition to that, what do you think we need to work on? What do you think that still needs work?
I think we can always improve collaborations with business partnerships, more colleges, and more corporations. And there's always something on the to-do list for our schools for improvement. It's an ongoing list that never ends, but we're keeping up to the most vital and important things that need to be done as they come up, rather than waiting for them to be a problem.
And are there any goals or strategies that you identify with the most, or that you feel are?
Well, it's not really about me.
Yeah.
I mean, the goals were made up by teachers, parents, students, administrators from the district, and that's what everybody put in together. So I don't really identify with any one goal. I was part of the planning process and the multiple day sessions that they had. So I like all the goals. I supported all the goals, and no one of them stands out for me. That's more important than that.
Thank you. Tanya Williams, do you have any a strategic plan? Do you think that we're having successful achieving the plan so far?
Yes.
What do you think you need to work on? Same thing.
From what I understand, and to piggyback off of what Karen said, the Innovation I-Squared program, the Innovation and Imagination program, which is a language arts focus, I understand there was an 88% increase in scores. It's an after-school program which started in 2013, and also the Students to Science, where they were bused to Hanover and partnered with scientists who actually did work with patents. I understand those were great programs, and I'm absolutely for those programs. I hope to see them do well.
Great. And do you think that there's anything that we need to work on as a district?
I'm continuing to maintain those programs and other innovative programs that would, that our students can definitely benefit from.
Is there any goal or strategy that you, as I asked Karen today, you identified with the most that you want to on the board see furthered or extended?
The implementation of all-day kindergarten.
Thank you. All right, the next question, Karen, is what challenges do you think we are facing as a district? And challenges that we are facing currently, and then also challenges that you see ahead down the road?
The always and forever challenge is money. It's not going to go away. Cost of living is always going up. The fees for insurance premiums are always going up. Healthcare costs are going up. And with us, with the 2% cap, and the way New Jersey was paying for the mandated special education needs of our students, and we don't get all the money that they're supposed to be paying us, that's our biggest problem. Otherwise, I think we're running well. The only our testing, other standardized testing that constantly gets thrown at us that we have to deal with, we didn't ask for it, but we have to prepare our students, we have to prepare our facilities and technology to take those tests. That's an issue, but we have to live with both of those, money and increasing standardized testing.
Tanya, same question. The challenges you think we're facing as a district, what you're currently facing, and challenges you see down the road.
Again, assuring high-quality programs within our 2% gap, continuing to follow the state mandates while still maintaining the Special Needs Family Standard.
All right. Next question is Karen. What do you think you bring to the board?
Well, I bring my experience. As many of you know, I moved here 15 years ago. I immediately became immersed in the PTA at School 1. Was led into the Fun Fair Committee for 2 years. And if you've been to the Fun Fair, you know it's quite extensive, especially as a first-year parent to the district. After that, I was nominated and elected as PTA president at Park Middle School for 2 years, followed by president of PTA Council for a year, back to PTA president at Park for another year, and then I followed that up going over to UCVTS when my son went to Votech High School. I was their freshman parent coordinator and membership chair for 2 years, followed by PSO president for 2 years over there. Simultaneously, became involved in the board. I've always followed the board since I did move here. That's thanks to the School 1 PTA letting me know where the board was. As a new person, it's hard to find this building. And I have followed the board ever since. And as a member, I have missed very few meetings due to either illness or conflict with the scheduling. And I bring all the experiences of being on committees, my leadership abilities, from my job. As you know, I'm a dentist by trade, and I am an educator in the dental hygiene and dental assisting program, so I have a lot of leadership abilities, coordination abilities, time management strategies, work on several committees at my university as well as on the Board of Ed here. So all that time and experience, I know a lot of people in the community, a lot of the schools, and I am willing to spend the time. I give the time. I enjoy what I do. I enjoy the committee members that I'm on with and the leaders that we have in our schools, our community, and on Board of Education. So that's why I'm looking back for my third term.
Thank you. Tanya, what do you think you bring to the board?
I bring dedication and commitment to the board, focusing on what's best for the children and assisting the board in carrying out my fiduciary responsibilities, enacting policies, not micromanaging, attending board meetings, committee meetings, and just focusing on what's best for the district and supporting our board and superintendent.
Going very quickly. All right, in closing, what final thoughts would you like to leave with the families of our district and to the voting public? Erin?
So please come out and vote on November 3rd. The polls are open from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. And consider in the future coming out to run for the Board of Education yourself. Come out and see our meetings. There's 2 a month, and they're very informative, and they're interesting, and you never know who you're going to meet there. And thanks for coming out tonight to hear us.
Tanya?
Thank you. What I want people to know is that I have 3 children that I care about, and I care about all the children of the district. I'm fortunate to be a Scotch Plains graduate, and I wanted the same for my children, so that's why I moved back here. I believe in Scotch Plains family, and I want to be a board member so that I can continue to do best for the town. Thank you.
In the formal spirit of this, I want to thank everyone for coming. But did anybody have any questions? Just in the spirit of being informal, does anybody have any questions for Karen or Tanya at all? Yes.
John Mooney from Captain to Scotch Plains Family.
I think you need to go to the microphone.
I'm sorry. Yeah, we're being, you're on camera.
I attend a lot of the town council meetings, and a lot of the discussion at the town council meetings is about how we can best save money, are we spending it most efficiently, because as you know, the school budget takes up a lot of the tax dollars. So just to get your philosophy on, do we spend school board money efficiently? Is there any way we can do better, and how you would sort of safeguard that we do that?
Well, already our business administrator has squeezed every nickel that we can out of every penny that we have, and she does a great job with that, and we are most efficient with our funds, and we make do when we have to. and we spend where it is needed. There is no wasting of anything, there's no frivolity, there's no excess of anything anywhere. And when our budget is coming up due pretty soon, we're gonna start going through the budget review. I welcome you to come to any and all of the budget presentations so you can see how money is spent on special education, technology, resources, teacher salaries, etc. I believe we are very frugal in this district.
And the budget meetings are very informative because it's suggesting our. Anyone else have any questions? Step up.
There?
Yeah. Want to say your name too?
Did I say my name is Harry McNally and
Yes.
from Fanwood?
Yeah.
I want to thank you for having this time. And also the school board members to, for all their time serving. School boards, make up like 60% of our taxes. The county, and this is statewide, is the way, generally the way it runs. The counties have 20%, and the municipalities 20%. And I understand from my discussions with a lot of people that most of the costs of the school board are mandated or somewhat like fixed because so much of it is salaries, fixed property, buildings, and so forth. But it seems lately like there's a huge argument on quality of education based on the testing and the argument about how much testing, especially PARCC at this point. And I'm sorry, I just got here, so I'm almost like a half hour late. I don't know if there's been any discussion along this line, but I personally have been told by teachers and so forth, you have the educational, or the teachers' union, the educators' unions, you have the legislator, people who supposedly are setting the laws that we want, but yet it doesn't seem like the teachers are in favor of these laws. And it seems like it's causing teachers to even work more, or superintendents to have the teachers work more. Especially, I guess, in the way they grade and administrate. We have computers these days, but that means we also have more record keeping, I believe, and more interaction with computers. So I don't know where we stand on this, and I would like to know if anybody knows how this, in Scotch Plains anyway, is being worked out, or has been worked out. Would be nice to know, but I don't see how it has when there's still such turmoil, is the way I see it in the news media and so forth, over the question of testing and how much testing, and that, this is the way the legislature goes, and then it's a huge industry in the testing industry. And I relate to myself, an old man, about testing. I happen to be in grade school in Princeton, New Jersey, at the time that I think the SATs and a lot of these evaluating tests got started with the testing industry.
Ask a question,
a lot
please.
of it being located in Princeton.
Now, this does candidates want the board event, so do you have any questions pertaining to the board?
Well, do they know? Do you know where we stand on these issues? And when I'm told that we have no control over how we run our schools because the legislature people are controlling it, supposedly making better teachers by creating testing programs that evaluate teachers, and then the teachers themselves seeming to be of a union and saying, hey, this is too much. And parents are saying this is, some parents anyway. A lot of parents are taking it. But I personally didn't mind tests, but I do think there could be a limit to how many tests we should be having.
Okay,
So can we discuss, can we evaluate this? I mean, is this some kind of issue between the teachers and between our, let's say, legislators?
all right. So basically your question is about testing and the amount of testing that the children are going through and the teacher evaluations dealing with.
Yeah,
Okay.
and is it, where are we going with this? Where, with the testing, with the evaluations, with the costs this way, yes. And what controls do we have over these?
Okay, let them answer.
Thank you. Karen, do you have anything to say?
Well, we didn't ask for the testing, it was put upon us. We didn't really have a choice to do it. We had it, the first PARC test given last year. Yes, part of the student outcomes is proposed to be evaluating for teachers, but the test is not testing the teachers. The test is testing the students to see if they've learned the materials taught in their classes. It's just a different venue, it's a different way to give the test to the students as opposed to the old-fashioned paper and pencil test. It's on a computer. And the questions are being asked are more open-ended versus a simple yes-no answer. And it's not like we asked for it, it's not like we volunteered for this. Yes, it was put upon us, and I don't know that we actually have a choice. We get state money, we have to give them some results. The way they want results is from PARC testing. And Dr. Hayes, maybe you can give a better answer because I'm here from a candidate, not on the issue
Yes,
of
this is
testing.
They're not eminent?
No, it's for the Board of Ed. This is not, these are,
So I'd be happy to talk with you after the forum to help you understand more where we are as a district. I'd be happy to.
Okay. Yeah, okay, then maybe it's not supposed to be part of this discussion?
Well, I can't tell you what should or shouldn't be part of this discussion, but the candidates can certainly have their own views about testing, and if that's what you're asking about, what their views are, that's a fair question to ask them.
Well, there's no competition for your winning the vote, right? I mean,
Correct, there's 3 candidates,
Three
there's 3
candidates for
open
3
spots.
positions,
Yes.
correct? Yeah, so I congratulate you on your win. I thank you for serving. But I am, when I'm here, we can't do anything about this, that this is something that is mandated to us by the legislature, and that the teaching and the educational communities are not really for it, but it was the legislators that were for it. I think there's something wrong. And I said to the people that tell me, oh, you can't do anything, I said, well, at least you could, what do you call it? You could, if the board was of a mind and would vote for it, we could at least go to the legislator or our legislators and explain that we want to do something about this.
I think there might be another question.
okay. Thank you, Mr. Down.
Okay. I would hope there are other questions. Maybe you want to change the subject too.
Are there any other questions?
Okay, I'll ask.
You backed yourself up.
I do have a question. I think I know for Karen, but I'm always interested to know for new candidates if anybody has an affiliation with NJEA, because that affects our, whether you can serve on negotiations and other kinds of things?
No, I don't have any affiliation.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh.
We don't need to be long.
Nancy Bowers, Scotch Plains. Okay.
Anything else this evening? Any closing statements, Paul? Anything else to add?
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for coming in.
Thank you everyone for coming out, and the voting is November 3rd. We got our ballots today, so make sure that you go out. And thank you for coming, and I want to thank the candidates for serving the districts. And that's it. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.